A college student recently died after having a Panera lemonade. How is that even possible? Because this is a charged lemonade with 390 milligrams of caffeine in this large cup. My friends, that's more caffeine than 4 cans of Red Bull. Not enough? That's more than 4 cups of coffee worth of caffeine in a freaking lemonade. Plus it has guarana in there, which gives you even more energy.
Now my question is, why on earth have we strayed so far from simple water, lemons, and sugar for lemonade? And how did we get to the point to where a drink of lemonade has 390 milligrams of caffeine, even if it is charged, and 98 grams of sugar? Bruh, why would you need that much sugar in your lemonade? Like, if you're really trying to stay up all night and you really need to pick me up or to, I don't know, study for a test, do an overnight shift, not sleep on the job, maybe at this point, sniffing a line of legit cocaine might be the healthier option.
Oh, let's not forget about the fact that this lemonade also has 98 grams of added sugar. How much is that? It's 24.5 teaspoons of white cane sugar. Combined with the 390 milligrams of caffeine, you're going to be bouncing off the wall, because the FDA recommends no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. And yes, they do have a warning up front now after the lawsuit saying it has caffeine in here. But my friends, this is one item that should not be sold to anyone in this darn country.
See what I'm talking about? Damn near half the drink is almost filled with sugar, on top of 390 milligrams of caffeine. No wonder why this 21-year-old student from UPenn died after drinking this monstrosity. According to the Daily Mail, they say 21-year-old UPenn student Sarah Katz died on September 10th, 2022, just hours after she consumed a charged lemonade from a Panera in Philadelphia. She also suffered from a heart condition. Now, why on earth, and I really feel bad for her, but why on earth would you drink such a deadly concoction of high fructose corn syrup, sugar, caffeine, probably artificially flavored lemonade powder, and consume that knowing that your heart is already at a disadvantage? Like, I really feel bad for people who die off of drinking things that the public thinks is safe for them, when in reality it's not. These large corporations don't give a F about your health. They just want to keep you sick, slow, dumb, and hooked on the big pharma market. They say a large charged lemonade contains 390 milligrams of caffeine, which is more than a Red Bull and a Monster energy drink combined. They also say the condition she had was called long QT syndrome, and she's had it since she was 5. And according to Google, they say long QT syndrome, aka LQTS, is an abnormal feature of the heart's electrical system that can lead to a potentially life-threatening arrhythmia called torsades de pont. Torsades de pont may result in syncope, which means fainting or sudden cardiac death. So knowing that you're living with that condition, you should be extra careful about what you're consuming, especially if it has caffeine in it.
So Dr. Mike, what is long QT syndrome?
To understand long QT syndrome, Devin, we need to start first by talking about what the heart is. And the heart is a muscle, but it's different than the muscle that moves your bones. That's called skeletal muscle. Cardiac muscle has little ion channels in it that allow the flow of ions like calcium, potassium, sodium, etc. Now, those who have long QT syndrome actually have disruptions in those ion channels where they don't exist or they don't work properly, specifically in the lower portion of the heart known as the ventricles. Now, when this happens, that can cause the heart to go into a dangerous rhythm, or maybe even lead the heart to stop completely. This doesn't happen to everyone who has long QT syndrome, but it is a major risk. In fact, 1 out of 10 people find out they have long QT syndrome after they have a cardiac arrest and their heart stops, or they suddenly die.
I don't know if she understood what this drink was or what it had in it or what the effects that large amounts of caffeine and sugar mixed together has on your system, your heart, your organs. But regardless, this type of thing should not be sold in any stores at all if it's able to kill people. Even healthy people without this condition should not be able to drink this. I'm sorry. This should not be sold legally. This is ridiculous. But the article does say that her parents are now suing the restaurant for falsely advertising the energy drink that contains 390 milligrams of caffeine on top of the lemonade's high caffeine levels. A large serving of it also contains 98 grams of sugar. The company marketed their charged lemonade as naturally flavored, plant-based, and clean with about as much caffeine as our dark roast coffee. Wow, yeah, they definitely deserve to be sued and bankrupt for false advertisement. I mean, are you serious? As much caffeine as a dark roast coffee? You're telling me their dark roast coffee has 390 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. I mean, shit, maybe Panera bread isn't as healthy as they seem to be. You know, their whole branding is the green logo with the fancy Italian font and the pretty woman with the long hair with fresh loaf of bread in her hands. You know, the front of their stores and the architecture looks like it just came straight out of some bougie ass European country. I mean, all of this food looks healthy, right? It's supposed to be a healthy alternative to most fast food places. So why on earth would they make something like this if their whole brand revolves around keeping you healthy and alive? But yeah, in case you guys haven't seen it already, this is Sarah Katz and this image above in the white blouse. You know, sad she had to go out like that. And of course, a Panera spokesperson came out and said, "We were very saddened to learn this morning about the tragic passing of Sarah Katz, and our hearts go out to the family. At Panera, we strongly believe in transparency around our ingredients. We will work quickly to thoroughly investigate this matter." And of course, that person likely didn't write that, whoever the hell they are. Sounds like some AI scripted ass response to any impending lawsuit on the company. A real ass CEO would say, you know, this should have never happened. Why are we selling this? How is this allowed in our stores? I didn't co-sign this. This is absolutely reprehensible and disgusting, and I will, as the CEO and leader of this company, do my best to get to the bottom of this. That's what I would say. But of course, anything is possible. Anything can change when you're the company leader and bound by shareholders with the fiduciary responsibility to make the company as profitable as possible. This may be the best statement that they could have came up with. Maybe they just suck at communicating with the public. And guess what, people? Guess what? Because you already know, I kind of like getting to the bottom of facts. Didn't they say that their dark roast coffee, this is the dark roast coffee from Panera Bread, right? Didn't they say it had as much caffeine as the charged lemonade? The charged lemonade has 390 milligrams of caffeine, whereas on their website, correct me if I'm wrong, it only has 214 milligrams. So what's with the 176 milligram discrepancy of caffeine? I mean, why would you make such a simple lie like that can get you caught up in completely losing this lawsuit and also advertising it as plant-based and clean? There's nothing clean about this drink. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I'm okay to being wrong. We're not all perfect. But what is clean about sugar, caffeine, artificial flavoring, pipe water, powdered lemonade, probably no fucking real lemon in sight, twice as much sugar as a can of Coke, 4 times the amount of caffeine as a regular cup of coffee? And now that I'm on their website, I'm looking for their charged lemonades, different flavors like strawberry, mango, Fuji apple. I go to the page, they've removed the page. Wow, if it's so healthy and clean, why is it that on each page with different flavors are they removed? Well, this is awkward. We can't find the page you're looking for. It may have been deleted or moved. Or maybe it never existed in the first place. Yeah, I'm sure they wish it hadn't. Panera, please do the family right. Even though it was naive of her to drink this in the first place, knowing full well that she had this heart condition, without reading the ingredients, I beg all of you, please read the ingredients of all the food that you put in your body. I do this with every single thing, even eggs, meat, cheese, milk. Gotta know what you're putting in your body. This family deserves a full payout, although that will never bring their daughter back and heal the wound that they'll probably have for the rest of their lives. Sad stuff. Anyways, new video tomorrow.